chat open if you guys need anything from there as well. And I look forward to people taking my photo again and using it in different ways, of course, and being spammed with it all day long. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to see this chat anymore once I go present. So if you want to chat, if you want to say something, I'm on the grade 8 Hangout chat that we have. Okay, so post here. Okay. Okay, so let's go present your entire screen. Yep. Share. Okay. Can you guys see a blank document?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I've reached out to a couple of grade 9 students to get their old ones that I've read in the past and I know that are really solid. So once I get those, I'll post them online. You guys can kind of take a look at them. So the grade 9 thesis essay looks at the question of a person's greatest fear is the, and then you have to put in your answer. So this is, we talked about this in when we talked about themes and how a theme is not fear, right? A topic is fear. A theme would be, the greatest fear is the fear of blank, and that would make it a theme and something that you can use for your thesis. So in grade 9, what you're going to be supposed to be doing is you're going to be using your own novel study book. You're going to be using your book club book. You're going to be using your class read aloud book, and you're going to be using other texts like, you might be watching a TED Talk. You might be listening to a podcast, and you're going to have to kind of create a essay using each of these, or one or two or three of these things in your essay. Now, the nice part about the grade 9 thesis essay is this. It's the fact that when you're when you're doing your thesis essay in grade 9, you actually are going to write the essay, and then you're going to get it marked, and then you're going to get a chance to write it again, and you're going to change your teacher's going to ask you to change one of your paragraphs and use a different source, and you're supposed to take out the weaker paragraph and then put in a better source, and then you get it remarked again. So you're actually getting a chance to write it 2 or 3 times, which I think is a great option. So we're going to use what we've done today or this year as a helpful thing for us. Whoa, that was weird. I'm just trying to join so I can just kind of see what you guys are seeing. Okay. Is it like making a weird sound on your end?
Not anymore. No.
Okay, good. Perfect. Are you talking? Your mic is off. Yes, I'm talking. My mic is off. Perfect. Okay, so let's think about this. We're gonna use the books that we've read to help us come up with a topic. So what are the books that we read this year? We read Fish in a Tree. We read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. We read We Are All Made of Molecules. Listen to a little bit of the Serial podcast. So these are going to be the resources that you're going to use when creating your thesis statement. So I know that you guys have a lot of other stuff going on, and I know that I've asked you to do stuff for my class, and I still want you to do that, but I really want your focus on the last couple weeks of school to be trying to complete this essay. So at least you can have the ability to look back and say, okay, I feel comfortable doing this. I know what I'm doing here, and I will do my best to kind of give you guys feedback as we go along. So we'll chunk it. So we'll do your thesis, thesis statement paragraph first, that intro paragraph, and then we'll move on. So let's talk about what are some of the people's greatest fears. And you know what? We'll say that because I'm looking on the other computer, I can see the chat that's on the Google Meet, so you can use that chat now if you need to as well. So what are, you can go through each one and think about common fears that these people had. So I need you guys to help me out here. So what are some of the fears that people had from the text that we looked at? Anybody? Oh my goodness, geez. What did quarantine do to you guys? Anybody? What is a common fear? Okay, go. We'll go.
Spiders.
Oh, thank you, Nilla. Fear of standing out. Okay, and let's go with Nilla's idea. With the fear of standing out, what book would that have been in? Where would we find that? Oh, Rishi said bullying. Fear of being bullied. So where's the fear of standing out up here? What books? We know Fish in a Tree. Where else?
We're all made of molecules.
Yeah, and we can look at not just what's it called our Stuart's main character. We can also say that Ashley had a fear of standing out. What else? We can say the five people meet in heaven, because if Eddie really did want it to stand out, he would have moved on. He would have actually done something. What else? We have bullied, so we know that Fish in a Tree is that. We know that We Are All Made of Molecules has that. What other fears? What other fears do people have? Oh, that's a good one, Ariana. Fear of not fitting in. Okay, so we have Fish in a Tree. So we have this idea of standing out or not fitting in. We got the five people. We're all made of molecules. I'll throw one out there for you guys. Not being good enough. Right? We have those in a number of our books. Anybody else? Any other ones? Fears. People's fears. Oh, great, Tom. Fear of embarrassment. And that's all three of our books as well. Any others, guys? Fear of failure. Fear of being exposed. Oh, okay. I like these. So in failure, we definitely have that in Fish in a Tree. We definitely have that in the five people, and we definitely have that in We're All Made of Molecules. And I like this idea of being exposed, because all three books as well have this idea of characters who are doing whatever they can to not be exposed for who they are or what they do. Any others? These are all really, really strong ideas. Fear of isolation. Okay, what is that? What do you mean by that, Nilla? Fear of being isolated away from people. Is that kind of what you're saying? Because if that's the truth, then yeah, like we know that Allie and Keisha and Albert, they have a fear of being isolated away from people. More so Allie, you know, self-sacrifice. Okay, so I'm going to just put these down because these are all really good. You guys are on a great start already because you've been able to identify self-sacrifice. Got it. Thank you. The fear. So like being able to put yourself second, almost, right? What about? Do any of these books have the fear of like being helped or asking for help? Is that something that we see in the books? It's like, yeah. So, right. Any other ones that you guys can think of? These are all really good, and if you might come up with one that is later on. Anybody? Fear of losing something or someone. I'm going to call that the fear of loss. Okay, so we've got really, 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 really good topics here. So now what we would do is we would have to actually take one of these topics and break it down. So you can see that I've said fish in a tree, five people meet in heaven, we are all made of molecules. And then I said your own novel as well, because you guys were reading novels throughout the year. If you want to use a novel that you've read throughout the year, you can definitely use that in one of your arguments. So how is this essay going to be broken down? So you're going to have your thesis paragraph, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. You're going to have your first argument paragraph, where you are going to use, I'm going to call it text number one, because you used a number of different texts. You're going to have your second argument paragraph, which is text number two. You're going to have your third, and that's going to be text number three. And then you're going to have your conclusion paragraph. Within each paragraph, argument paragraph, you're going to need to give at least, for our sake, let's say 1 to 2 examples from each text with an explanation. So thinking about that, fear of change, I like that one, actually. Nilla, very good idea. Is your sister giving any of these, Nilla? Because she did this 2 years ago, last year? I can't remember. How old is she now? So let's go through this. Can we pick one that we want to do as a class? And so it doesn't mean that you can't do the same one on your own, but I just want to be able to say, like, let's work through one together as a class, just so we can kind of have, we can create a mentor text together. Is there anyone that you guys think we can do as a class that you'd be interested in talking about? Let me get some good theme music. Come on, guys. This is the quietest you've ever been in your life. Quarantine did not take away your voice. You're not the Little Mermaid right now. I'm not putting on the No Frill song. That literally ruined my brain. Okay. Okay, I was reading the book March, which was about how Black women were segregated. It was also about civil rights movement. Okay, Ariana, then you're going to use that in yours. Okay, I'm going to pick one then, because you guys are being pains in my butts. Embarrassment. Okay. So thank you, William, for stepping up. William, here is a gift for you.
Wow.
You just bought Menchie's, William. Sorry. Okay, so let's write our thesis paragraph. So our thesis paragraph is going to look like this. Our intro sentence is going to be our hook sentence, where we provide an idea of the topic. Then our next sentence will be an expanding sentence, where we expand on the concept. Our third sentences will be our introduction of our arguments. And then our fourth and final sentence, and by fourth and final sentence, it's probably going to be the fifth or sixth, is going to be our thesis statement. So we work backwards, right? We get to, kind of like when we did summary writing, we're working backwards and we're finding a way, we're moving our way down to the thesis statement. So if our thesis is going to be about embarrassment, if our thesis is going to be about embarrassment, we have to start off with a hook sentence. Now, some really good ways of starting off your hook sentence are the following. You can choose to do a definition. You can choose to do a quote. When we talked about some of these different ways of introducing. So when we're writing this, we can just go get started, but I don't recommend that for a lot of you to just kind of get started writing. I think what we should do first is to figure out our arguments. So I'd like you to help me out with this one. So what books, for my sake, in our class one, we're going to use the 3 books from our read alouds. So we're going to use 5 People. And we're going to use We Are All Made. Okay. So we need a character, or how is the fear of embarrassment in Fish in a Tree? I see a lot of microphones off. Anybody want to explain how is the fear of embarrassment portrayed in this? People judging her for not being able to read. Okay, so this is Allie.
Just doesn't want people knowing she's dyslexic.
Okay, yeah. So being different. Anything else? Why else is embarrassment in there? Are there any other embarrassments? She learns in a different way. Yep. So it looks like from what everybody's saying, we're going to focus on Allie and Fish in a Tree. Okay. Where's the embarrassment shown in 5 People Meet in Heaven? How is that shown? How is embarrassment shown through that text? Anybody? Okay, yeah. So the embarrassment of not saving the girl. Yeah. What else? Oh, that's good, Pravin. Well, he did, but he went through his entire life thinking he didn't, right? Or his entire time in heaven thinking he didn't. What other embarrassment does Eddie face? This is a tougher one. You know, we talk about Eddie facing the embarrassment of not doing anything with his life. Right? Going crazy on a mission. Yeah. I'm trying to think of how to put that into words. I'm going to come back to that one. And we're all made of molecules. Where's the embarrassment there? Because I think this might be a trickier one. Yeah, there you go. I'm glad that Sandavi said that. Yeah, it's not Stuart, right? It's not Stuart who's the embarrassed person. It's Ashley who's the embarrassed person, right? She's embarrassed of, you know, her family situation, her brother or stepbrother. Anything else that Ashley's embarrassed about? Anything else that you think of that you know that Ashley's embarrassed of? Oh, okay, so her social status, like remember she like Ariana said, she stuffs her bra. Yeah, she doesn't feel like she knows herself, right? And I like what Chef Vicky just said about self identity. I'm actually going to put that up here as well. Is the fear of identity, right? Of being who you actually are. That is a really good fear as well. And I'm going to share this document with everybody as well, so you can um, reference it as much as you want. For some reason, Burger, no, not my wife. It's gonna be silly then. Okay, great. Groups, grade 8. Burger, grade 8. And then there's, for some reason, people are missing from this. Ariana, I know, is missing from this. Stu Bear is missing from this. Anybody else missing from this usually? Okay, if you don't get that, tell me. Let me know. Oh, that's a good one, Nilla. She was embarrassed that her life isn't as perfect as she wants. Yeah. Okay. So, Sindav, you didn't get it? Is that what you asked for?
Yeah,
Who yelled? Is that Xavier?
That was my brother.
Oh, Ashton.
Okay.
Oh, it's too late for Ashton on this essay already, so sorry, Pravin. Okay, let's go back to our thesis statement. So we got to come up with a hook statement. So we've got to talk about this idea of embarrassment. So we can, for today's sake, let's just kind of use a general. I always spelled this one wrong. Definition. We're going to come up with a definition for embarrassment that we think. I like this. So I'm just going to copy and paste this and just change the wording. Okay, so here we go. What are you laughing at, William? Control C and Control V. Why is that bad? I'm gonna change it. I'm not copywriting it. Okay. Dictionary. Oh wow! It already knows what I want to say. The dictionary defines embarrassment as a feeling that causes an individual to causes an individual to I like feeling. It causes an individual to become self-aware. No, I like emotion. It's a pain. Is a pain? As a pain? Is that what, Jenna? Is that what you were saying?
No, MLA style is a pain.
Oh, MLA style is a pain.
First.
Can somebody explain to Shadviki the proper way of laughing? The dictionary defines embarrassment as an emotion that causes an individual to become self-aware, feel shame, or in some cases, awkwardness. Perfect. So it's William's last name. That's good. Yes. Okay, so we've got our first sentence down. The dictionary defines embarrassment as an emotion that causes an individual to become self-aware, feel shame, or in some cases, awkwardness. So we've done sentence one, which is our hook sentence. We've given an idea of what we're going to be talking about. We know that it's going to be something around this. Sentence two is we got to expand on the sentence or this on the concept. These emotions might derive from a person's background, their sense of self, or through their interactions with others. So I'm saying that like these emotions of embarrassment can come from like who the person is and how they see themselves, or through their interactions with others. And that kind of gets to what we're trying to say with fish in a tree. No, nobody's paying attention right now, Tom. I totally understand. But you know what? That's why I'm recording it so people can watch it and they can watch the chat go. Oh no, they can't watch the chat on this one. Thank you, William, Sandavi, Shafiki. Thank you for. Thank you. You guys are doing a great job of kissing my butt right now. I love it. Beautiful.
Hey, Mr. Berger?
Yes, sir.
How does your sentence or words correct when you're typing?
What?
Like when you're typing, how does it
how does it know?
Correct.
Pretend I didn't write that.
I have no idea. It just started doing that all of a sudden.
So
Same. It happens to me too.
Okay, Sandavi, this isn't about you right now. This is about me. Okay. So can you guys see what we're doing here? It's this idea of we're growing on this idea on each concept. So we have to explain what we're talking about, what our concept is, and we go into a little bit deeper. Okay, these emotions might derive from a person's background, their sense of self, or through interactions. This sentence, the goal of this sentence, is to be able to kind of hint at what we're going to be, what our arguments are going to be at. Yeah, Shatviki, what's your question? Can you please change it to 12 times New Roman? I am so sorry. You are very correct. Let's do that. You know what, guys? For you, I'll do this. Where's Comic Sans? There we go. Now I hate everything. No, that drives me nuts. Okay. Okay. Our next sentence is we have to explain how embarrassment is present in the novels. So with MLA, Miss Kudrisi was explaining how did you guys are you expected to reference a book? Do you underline or do you put in quotations? Okay, so watch my screen. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So the next three sentences have to each be about the separate books and the separate characters. And in each of the sentences, we need to reference the book title and the character name. Okay, so again, you're going to see that I always read it over again just because that's how I proofread. The dictionary defines embarrassment as an emotion that causes an individual to become self-aware, feel shame, or in some cases, awkwardness. These emotions might derive from a person's background, their sense of self, or through their interactions with others. In the novel Fish in a Tree, whoops. I'm so glad that Crystal's saying silent because I feel like she would be judging a lot of my. When is this class ending? It's not that I want to stop, but I got to eat lunch. Okay, go. Yeah, it's not gonna be. I'm gonna try to get rid of it, and we'll finish in a little bit. If you have to go, remember I'm filming it. So, and then all the fish in the tree. The main character. Ari, I see what you're saying about putting into italics. You're gonna find out in grade 9 which one your teacher prefers. The main character, Ali, faces multiple moments of. Now, I don't want to use embarrassment, so. Anybody got another word for embarrassment? Shame? Flustered? It's more of a verb. I'm looking. Explore embarrassment. Anybody? Self-conscious too. Oh, okay. I like that, William. Discomfort, yeah. Oh, thank you, Tom. Ali faces multiple moments of discomfort as she hides her true identity. In the novel Fish and Tree, the main character, Ali, faces multiple moments of discomfort as she hides her true identity from those around her. Now, we don't have to go into too much detail because the truth is we're going to go into that in our body paragraphs. Whereas in the novel Fish and Tree, the main character, Ali, faces multiple moments of discomfort as she hides her true identity from those around her. Whereas moreover, humiliation, that's good. Moreover, the character Eddie, or the protagonist, make ourselves sound small. The protagonist Eddie from You guys see how I'm changing up the way I'm starting each sentence? Here in the first sentence, I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see it. Here in the first sentence, I list the text first. Here in the second sentence, I'm listing the character first. Moreover, the protagonist from the 5 people you meet in heaven. What am I doing? Faces. No, I use faces. Endures through a life that he deems. Excuse me. He doesn't deem it a humiliation. He deems it what? Is there an antagonist in the 5 people? Well, Eddie's an anti-hero. So he's both the protagonist and the antagonist at the same time. Allison. Moreover, the protagonist, Eddie, from the... you know what? I like that idea, Allison. Eddie, the anti-hero. Yes, I know. From the 5 people, endures through a life that he deems... what does he deem it? We're trying to say he's embarrassed by it. Oh, useless. That he deems useless and insufficient. Finally, no, what? No. Virtually like that he deems useless and insufficient. Finally, okay, Crystal. I figured you'd be somewhere here, chirpy McChirpsums. It's always easy to be in the background, chirping away. It's always hard to be the one on the screen, making the comments, typing it up as we go. We'll see. You know what? I'm going to just open up the report cards right now. Okay. Finally, Ashley. Ashley, one of the narrative voices from We Are All Made of Molecules. Finally, Ashley, one of the narrative voices from We Are All Made of Molecules, feels. Do we have feels? Feels shame at. Feels shame with. Shame with the people who are closest to her. Okay, so we've gotten our 3. So I'm just going to highlight this, and just so you can kind of see the different areas. So this is our thesis statement. Sorry, that's our intro hook. This is our expansion, and I'll put it down somewhere. These are our arguments. Let's make that magenta. No, wow, that is dark. We're going to make it a little bit lighter. And then we're going to do our thesis statement. So bright. Okay, calm down. Here, I'll make it more muted. There. Things I have to do for you guys, or that I choose to do for you guys. While I'm doing this, do you guys, I don't know why I'm looking at that screen. You guys got the email yesterday about coming to pick up your stuff next week. As well, at 4:00 today, you can start logging into Edsby and booking your time to come. Please make sure you bring in all your math books and all that stuff like that. I will try to organize whatever's in the classroom into piles, and I'll just put your name next to it if I know it's yours. So for instance, Jenna LeJane, Pravin, all your stuff that's on the side, I'll try to move it into a separate area. And I'm going to leave, what?
I don't think I left stuff there, didn't we? Because didn't we organize lockers and stuff?
Yeah, but it's you. You probably did leave stuff there. Let's be honest here.
Okay, fine, maybe.
Okay. There'll be posters with like math textbook, all that kind of stuff. there. So this is a good time for Tori and William to bring me back my library books that they have mentioned that they still have it at home. Okay. Okay, let's finish it up for today. So we have to write our thesis statement. And the thesis statement, let's make it blue because I like blue. All three novels focus on primary concept that a person's greatest fear in life is the fear of being embarrassed, or the fear of embarrassment. Now, some teachers in grade 9 will want you to do this, which is to bold the thesis statement, because some teachers in grade 9, I'm just going to give you a little hint on the secret, like they don't actually read your work. They just kind of go and see, okay, what's this? Because they just want to see that you have a proper thesis statement. So that's the lesson for today. That's what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about setting up your paragraphs. Again, you will be able to kind of make it your own and type in your own voice. But what I would like you to do, and we have only about 2 weeks left of class, and obviously the last week I want to do some fun stuff with you, but I do want you to get some practice in doing this. So what we might do is we might say, I'd love for you to write your thesis essay, your intro paragraph. I'd love for you to try to write one argument paragraph, and I'd love you to write your conclusion paragraph. So if we can say by, it's Tuesday today, if we can say by Sunday that you each send me your thesis paragraph, that I can then look it over and give you some feedback on it and kind of check it over. Again, not for marks. Like, the truth is, marks don't really matter at this point, because everything that we do online here, besides just making sure that you're understanding it, I can't mark, unfortunately. But at least this one I can give you just the thesis. Yeah, just the thesis, because I want to take you through how to write the argument paragraphs after. And that way it will give me some time to also get some of the old grade 9 work that I have, to show you guys some different examples. Okay, so this is kind of one way of writing the intro, and I'm going to take this video, I'm going to post it onto my YouTube channel, and then I'll link it onto our language website. And if you can kind of go through it, remember, the books that you can use are Fish in a Tree, Five Being in Heaven, We Are All Made of Molecules. You can use Serial if you really want to, and you can use any of your own novels that you've read throughout. But I would like you to at least have 2 of the 3 paragraphs being about, or 2 of the 3 arguments being about books that we read aloud in class. So that way, at least I know that you were reading and listening. Any other questions, guys? So tomorrow I'm going to try to figure out how to do this, but tomorrow I'd like to take up the algebra test live, if that's okay. And again, I'll do the I'll do a video, so if you're not able to make it, you can at least watch it. But I'd love to do that. And then Thursday we're going to have our Kahoot major game, with lots of fun stuff and stuff like that. So if there are no more questions, then that is it for today for me. Thank you to the 19 people or 18 people, because is that going to be live too on Thursday? Yeah, it's going to be live. I'm dressing up for it, Allison. I'm going to be in a suit. It's going to be a real game show. I'm so excited. I've got a lot, and you'll be able to vote on who do you think is going to win. I'm going to put some what's it called up? What's the word I'm looking for? Isn't it hot wearing a suit? Aren't I inside, Trudy, with air conditioning? Did you think that went through? But still what? But still yes. What time tomorrow? Let's think. What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's does 1 o'clock work for everybody? Like, is this timing okay? Like 1:30?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Like I know at some point some of you have to. How long will it be until? It's the algebra test, so hopefully not. Like it'll probably be at least a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. But wait, so we only rate yes, William. That's it. Guys, I know that 1 o'clock is going to work for all of you. You know, William, you'll have to change your robe at some point. Casual, you'll have to, you know, put your hair up or something. I don't know. Ari, don't laugh. Just remember what happened when I came over to your place. Remember? Good. Okay. It's so nice seeing everybody, and by seeing everybody, I love seeing a little egg, and I love seeing a dog, and Rose, and the Toronto Raptors logo, a lamb, some sort of purple face. I love seeing all of your logos. But one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Thursday for our thing, it's a goat. Oh, sorry. I thought you were a vegetarian. You should be having a plant.
I should change mine to a plant.
Disappointment. Okay, I miss you guys. I will see you soon tomorrow for some algebra, and I'm going to post a little bit of the probability unit down. The nice thing about probability, guys, is that you really don't do it until like grade 11 again, so it's great. Okay, bye. Be safe, everybody.